Today's VRS quick tutorial is for the iRacing Formula V at Oulton Park's Island Historic layout. I'm VRS coach and Brad Jones racing driver Jake Burton. This particular layout can be challenging, but with the simple moves I'm about to share, you should be able to learn it quickly and get really fast lap times with a little bit of practice. From your previous lap, you'll be approaching turn 1 on the far left of the track in 4th gear. You should turn in and brake when the signs end on the left, and brake at about 25% before falling to a trail brake to the apex and getting on the throttle as early as possible. You'll want to apex where the curb juts out here and exit wide with 2 tyres in the grass. However, you don't want to let your right tyres go over the white line or you'll get an off-track 1x. As you head through turn 2, you'll want to hug the curb on the right. As you approach 3, you'll notice 2 barrels on the right hand side of the track. These resemble bins, but I'm not too sure what they are. When you reach the second bin, you should turn in and brake at 25%, very similarly to turn 1. Get on the throttle early here and apex where the red and white dots become red and white stripes. Attack the curb aggressively and then exit wide, using all the track to carry speed down the next straight. This next hairpin is the most challenging corner on the circuit, so nailing it is really important. You should be far left in 4th as you approach. Notice the tyre wall on the right and where it gets shorter. You'll want to brake all the way up to 100%, steady as the wall starts to get shorter. Downshift to 3rd and arrow it into the corner. Due to the fact that 2nd gear is relatively short, you'll delay the downshift momentarily and have a big blip up to 70% throttle as you continue to trail brake into the first apex, just where the curb juts out. Before the second apex, you should get back on the throttle. Apex at the double curb, attacking it aggressively, about this much, and exit wide to here. You'll also want to stay left on exit and upshift back to 4th for the approach to turn 5. For this fast sweeper, you should be able to take it flat out if you get the line right. And the first step is to turn in from the beginning of the second red and white curb on the left. Next, you'll aim for where 2 white lines meet on this right-hander here. If you get this right, you'll easily be able to exit here without having to lift. You'll be straight lining through the next corner, which will naturally move you to the left-hand side of the track. Now, just continue to stay left and hug the corner through 7 and exit left for your approach to the double apex turn 8. Heading into turn 8, you approach from the far left. You're going to lift and turn in about 10 meters before the track changes color here. The lift will be to about 10% throttle before you briefly touch the brake and then control the throttle to the full and hug the first apex. If you rotate it sufficiently, you'll be able to bring the car back fairly close to the second apex before exiting wide, using all the available curb to keep your speed. Keep the car on the left hand side as you carry down the next straight towards the last corner. The earlier you get back to full throttle, the more speed you'll carry before approaching the final corner. You'll approach the last corner in 4th gear on the far left hand side and brake where you start to see the whiteness of the curb on the inside at the next corner. Brake at 85% briefly before trail braking into the corner. You'll downshift to 3rd and turn in early, but you really want to make sure your apex is late at the end of the red and white curb on the right. Get back to the throttle before the apex and get all of the curb before exiting wide using all of the exit curb as well. It's important we exit straight as the track starts to head downhill on exit. For the last left-hand kink, just hug it tightly and flat out to the finish line to save you every 100th as you finish the lap and set yourself up for turn 1. I'm Jake Burton and this has been a quick tutorial of the Formula V at Oulton Park Island Historic layout. Watch a full lap with no interruptions next, and for a more in-depth walkthrough, go to the URL on screen.